tale to unfold, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood.
I'm here to investigate the disappearance of a young girl. Where is Rowan Morrison?
If Rowan Morrison existed, we would know.
I suspect murder.
Sergeant, I've already...
In the name of God, woman, what kind of mother are you? That can stand by and see your own child slaughtered.
You are the fool, Mr. Harry.
You're liars. You are despicable little liars. Dear God in heaven, even these people can't be that mad. Where is Rowan Morrison?
If Rowan Morrison existed, we would know.
I suspect murder.
She was back.
You are the fool, Mr. Harry.
Where is Rowan Morrison?
Oh my God!
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 29 of the 31 Days of Monsters. I am your horrible host, Graham Nolan. Today, we're talking about 1973's The Wicker Man, starring Christopher Lee. This movie's got it all. It's got sex, it's got nudity, it's got paganism, it's got weird masks. This one is really off the charts. Christopher Lee said it's his favorite film that he's ever been in. He loved it so much he even paid for his own press junket, and he's really good in this. He definitely plays against type. He's the leader of this island where they practice paganism, and he's likable. You know, he doesn't come across as a twisting the mustache bad guy type guy. He's very pleasant, but they got their shit. Edward Woodward is always great. I've never seen him in anything where he was quite this young either. I've known him from, of course, The Equalizer. He's the Ghost of Christmas Present in the George C. Scott version of The Christmas Carol, which is my favorite. Also in Hot Fuzz later in his career, which by the way they make reference to the Wicker Man in that movie and his role in that, which is kind of cool. You can tell that those guys, they love their stuff. They love their horror history. Britt Eklund is in this. She's beautiful. I guess she was pregnant when she did this role, and there was nudity involved. There's a scene where, she's dancing naked and she's trying to entice the virginal police inspector, played by Edward Woodward. And, she was willing to go, topless, but she didn't want her rear shown because I guess she felt like her booty would not photograph well. So they hired a local stripper to do a body double, do the back view shots of her dancing. And she was appalled when she saw it because she thought, her booty was still better than that. Like it was too big or something like that. And for years, she regretted making that decision. We also have Ingrid Pitt in this. So we've got Christopher Lee, Ingrid Pitt, and Britt Eklund. And Eklund wasn't quite one of the Hammer girls, but Ingrid Pitt was. And of course, Christopher Lee. I think the same year, Britt Eklund and Christopher Lee were in the first Roger Moore James Bond, which was 1973 as well, Live and Let Die. This is I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It's very strange. It's isolated on this island. There's only one guy who seems normal, the cop, uh, and he's trying to get to the bottom of the mystery. And it turns out that he is the mystery. They have to sacrifice a virgin every year, and they determine that he's one. He's very, very hardline Christian. Doesn't believe in sex before marriage. He's engaged to be married, and he becomes the Wicker Man at the end. And that set that they built, with the fire and everything, was just amazing. And there's a scene as the Wicker Man is burning, where the head starts to fall off because of the flames, and it reveals the setting sun. Just a beautiful shot. It was like one of those things a cinematographer gets one shot at, and they nailed it. I guess they made a remake of this with what's his name, Nick Cage. I haven't seen it. I tend to avoid remakes of things that were classics. It's like, why bother? There's a few exceptions. The Fly was one. The Thing was another. But when they do remakes, a lot of times they don't do it justice. But anyway, this was I thought this was a good one. It's very strange, very, very weird. There's a lot of singing in it, dancing. There's they had this group record all the music, and it almost sounds like a musical in some places. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm just wondering what you guys thought too. Let's see who's the first one in the room this morning. It is Cigar Gangster. He says, good morning, everyone. H is for Heretic. The last live stream of the season for me. Love the 31 days, but kind of sad when it ends. Sorry you can't make the next two. Hyper Kaiju. Great movie, very creepy vibes. Christopher Lee once said in 2005 interview that it was the best movie he had ever been in. Chris Juliano is here. Man of War 665. Yeah, Chris is right. The creepiness factor just grabs you once Edward Woodward's character comes to the island. You just sense something is off. Right from the get-go, when he's trying to get a launch to come and get him, because he flies a seaplane into this remote island, that people are unwilling to come out, on the boat to get him. They're saying, strangers aren't allowed in the island and stuff. And he says, I'm a cop, I'm here on official business. And eventually somebody rows out. And then they're reluctant to hand over any information either. So right from the get-go, that he's an island unto himself on this island. JP Roca is good. Fearless Freep. Or JP Roca says, what's good? Fearless Freep is here. Anybody remember the sci-fi series Helix? Its second season was in the vein of Wicker Man. I don't remember that one. Fearless Freep says this was the movie Christopher Lee said was his best one. I have to disagree, although the naked women were a bonus. I think Lee probably liked the character that he got to play, was it the best movie as a movie that was with the best screenplay, the best direction, all that other stuff, best that it did well? I don't know that that's true, but a lot of actors judge it by their performance and the characters they get to play. And he seemed to like this one a lot. I thought he was great. Whereas the other night when we did our watch party and we were watching City of the Dead, I thought he was a little over the top in that, not the usual Christopher Lee. I thought he was going for something else. Um, but in this one, he's really good. Hello, Graham and Summer Islanders. Welcome, fool. You have come of your own free will to the appointed place. Yeah, I like him as Dracula in all his Dracula movies. Did you guys ever see Dracula AD 1972? That one is a hoot. It's one of the later ones. It's Dracula versus hippies, and it's got Carolyn Monroe in it too. But it's got a great opening with him and Peter Cushing, um, where Dracula gets killed by Van Helsing. Then we flash forward to 1972 and the groovy, Austin Powers years, with all the crazy colors and the hangouts and the hipsters and the hippies. Uh, they're doing seances at this church, and they end up reviving Dracula, and it's a lot of fun. It's over the top, but a lot of fun. I'd have to do that one if I haven't done it yet. There's a lot to make fun of, but in a good way. Let's see. Christopher Thacker is here. Stian Hegheim is here. Stippling Vaughn. Oh, you think? Has a 70s vibe to it? Yeah, it's very 70s. Pastmaster Dan is late, but he's here. Chris Juliano reminds you all to hit that like button, please. Yeah, Rob Younce. That is some wig, isn't it? Christopher Lee dancing in his Mayday costume and wig is the most terrifying thing. Oh, yeah, he's just giddy. This dude is burning up in this wicker thing, and he's yeah, kumbaya. It's great. Oh yeah, Break a Morant. I forgot about that one. Didn't come up in search. Had to use the link, Graham. Yeah, that's because it's been shadow banned almost from the get go. Ghost of Metacumba Key was shadow banned by Indiegogo. So that's why I have to rely on links and people sharing links, because you can't find it in a search. I pin it to the top of all the programs here so people can find it. And I put it in the descriptions usually. I don't think it was in today's description. No. But I have the last laugh on Indiegogo because it's my most successful campaign so far. We're what, $80 away from 187,000, and I'm hoping to do a closeout show where we'll hit 200K on this. So help us stick it to those guys, will you? Back this project because it's coming down soon. Within the next week, at the latest 2, yeah, it'll be shutting down. Dr. Mask Retro Elixir is listening and getting ready to go to a comic show. Oh, cool. What show are you going to? Late in the season. Oh, my bad. Rob Fellows is right. I said Live and Let Die. Britt Eklund and Christopher Lee were in Man with the Golden Gun, the second Roger Moore James Bond movie. JDC says, aside from the dance of the innkeeper's daughter, the music dance numbers were hokey and dated the film. Well, that's the least of it that dates it, but it was definitely kind of a folky. I guess they were going for some kind of like folky sound with the music. I liked it. I thought I liked what they did. Cecil should have been a wingman for this episode. He likes this movie. I didn't know that. Marcus Callagher is here. He thinks it was a fun movie. I remember seeing bits and pieces of it many, many years ago, and this is true for a lot of the movies that I saw, a long time ago. Is that the proofs, the prints look like crap. They've been run through the mill. The colors are washed out, and a lot of times that turns me off. Um, but so many of these films have gotten digitally remastered and fixed and brought back into their natural or original form, and this is one of them, where you have the beautiful, vibrant colors. Um, the focus is sharp. Um, I like that. I'm a visual guy, so when I see stuff like that, all beat up, it tends to turn me off. Past Master Dan says nipplage. Yes, there was plenty of nipplage in this. Hyper Kaiju loves Dracula, 1972 AD. Chris Juliano thinks it's a wild ride. Yeah, that's a fun movie. Dan Genovese is here. He says, good morning, all. Grey Wolf Graphics. W.D. Smith is here. The Angry Gamer. Fearless Freep says, similar plot to the TV movie series The Dark Secret of Harvest Home, 1978, with Betty Davis. Human sacrifice and a trapped guy. Ugh. Using commerce to limit someone's access to the economy is called socialism. It's in their own worst interest, because if they limit the money that I can earn, it limits the amount of money they can earn, because they take a percentage. So the biggest issue isn't the shadow ban, because if there's reasons for it, like terms of service or something that I've gotten wrong, or I've done something wrong, I get it. But tell me, the problem with them is that you reach out for an explanation, and it's radio silence. Nobody will talk to you. Nobody will tell you what it is and why you were shadow banned in the first place. So how are you supposed to correct it for the next time? It appears that Aaron just launched a new campaign for Kit Carter, which is doing very well. And within 2 days, he was shadow banned. Now, he's asked for a reason, but he hasn't gotten a response yet, as far as I know. I believe that Shane Davis, his current campaign is shadow banned as well. Now, on the flip side, I ran the 2 Joe Frankenstein campaigns, and neither of those got shadow banned. So that's the frustrating part, is we just don't know why. And nobody will tell us. I've gone as far as I've written the CEO, the CFO, and I've written their attorneys. And radio silence. Cigar Gangster felt the theme of the movie was an attack on religion versus materialism. Oh, I think that's very clear. Christianity was under attack by this. The pagans, they're shown as having all this fun, and what a great time it is. And any of the disciplines that are required for Christianity are eschewed as bad and outdated and all that. The same kind of shit that they try to push nowadays. But at least they wrap this up in an entertaining movie. Albany Con. That's right. I forgot that was going on this weekend. That's a good little show. Yeah, that's a fun little show. Oh, Marcus Kelgrew is going to South Carolina Con. Wow, some good stuff going on still. Indiegogo almost pulled a fast one on me when they tried to tack on a tip at checkout. Don't know why they wanted a tip. They didn't do anything. Yeah, that's something that started last year, and you have to be, you got to make sure before you check out, you look at all your purchases and all that, and you have to manually fill in 0 for tip because they automatically add it on like a $10 tip or something like that. Yeah, that's a lot of balls. If they're going to actively hide a campaign, some real gall asking for a bloody tip. Yeah, no doubt. Fund My Comic never shadow bans. Just saying. Yeah, Fund My Comic is a new and up and coming platform. The question is, what kind of reach do they have, and are backers, are as many backers willing to trust it and go to it? Um, that's the thing that a crowdfunder has to decide on when they launch. Is it worth it? I'm thinking of launching it, possibly my next one on there, and then if it doesn't do well, then doing a second campaign on a broader platform. But at least it'll give me a shot at testing the waters. That's going back a few years to Barney Frank. Twitter dumped me, and I can't even see the offending tweet. Probably something about Barney Frank and little kids, maybe. Yeah, I've been down that road and other things. That is not the answer. It's um, when you're the little guy, they'll just bleed you. They'll soft walk you or slow walk you and bleed you through attorney's fees. Uh, so this is what we're beginning to wonder. Nobody works at IGG. I know this. They don't work at one place. They're scattered all over. They're all independent people working in different places. If you were shadow banned on Indiegogo, what kind of reach do you have there? Well, the reach, it's really irrelevant because it's not like Indiegogo. Uh, they tell you that they've brought in like 20% of your backers, which I think is bullshit. I think maybe 5% is what they bring in by not shadow banning and by maybe adding your campaign to some of their email lists and stuff like that. But primarily, it's really up to the creator to bring the audience to them, uh, and that's why my campaign's been so successful because I have done that. I've brought people. I've used QR codes to circumvent links, um, and I've posted every time there's a link, and get people to share it and all that. So it really I don't think it's that big a deal as far as how much money is earned because it really behooves the creator to bring the audience to his project. Not It's not on Indiegogo to do so. Um, so if you do that successfully, you're gonna run an end round around their nonsense. Again, the biggest thing is the lack of communication. That's what bothers me the most. And it's the same for any other platform. It's up to you to bring the backers in. Here isn't any better. Was banned from making comments a day for a mystery violation. Never told what was said or on that video was violated. As a paying customer, just bend over and say, ah. Yeah, these big tech corporations, it's not like you can pick up the phone and talk to somebody. Ronan's review says backers trust IGG and Kickstarter once they start to trust Fund My Comic more, it will be easier. Oh, absolutely, and it's up to Fund My Comic to create a seamless experience for the backers, so that they will begin to talk and tell other backers, "Hey, man, I backed Andy's project on Fund My Comic or whatever, whoever's it is, and it went great." And there's no shadow banning, there's no gatekeeping, and my transaction went through easily, and you know, and that's what you want, and then people become more accustomed to it. It becomes trusting. You begin to trust it, and then that platform takes off. All right, let's see. The Shinu plushie is going to be launched Tuesday at 12 o'clock. We'll do a little launch party here. The retail cost on that is $75 with $10 domestic shipping for US customers. It's it's super soft. It's big. It's 12 inches from head to butt. Larger if you stand him this way. He stands up on his own, and it comes with the All My Love Shinu mini print, and those are going to go. They're going to go live on the site during our show on Tuesday on this channel on my YouTube channel. So if you're available at 12 noon on Tuesday on Halloween, tune in. There's only 500 of these made, and only 400 are going to be available on the site. I'm holding back 100 because I want to use them for the Shinu 77 sequel that I'm planning. So they're going to be very rare, and they're going to go pretty quick. So, and you don't have to deal with crowdfunding. It's directly through my website, so it's perfect. So what do we got tomorrow? Let's see. Come on. There we go. I think it's it is. It's Colossus the Forbin Project from I think it's 1971, something like that. Boy, I really like this movie, and it was a definite shot across the bow warning about the current AI. So try and catch that. I think I saw it on Criterion. So that'll be tomorrow's show. H for Heretic says, I've backed 5 campaigns on Fund My Comics so far. No problems. We'll back more there. Excellent. Well, like I said, it's really us to bring the backers to the campaign. If the backers will trust Fund My Comic, then I can bring them in. There's no two ways about it. So that's good to know. As someone looking for the Return of the Wolfman novel on Internet Archive, if it fails on the title, try the author Jeff Rovin as well. It's on there. Oh, very cool. So you can read it? Is that what you're saying? You could read it on the internet? Because that's an expensive book. It's well over $100. I'm reading it now. I bought it when it first came out, and I read it every couple of years around Halloween time. It's a lot of fun. I'm just about done. My goal is to finish today, or at the very least Monday, because I want to get it done before Halloween. Any plans for digital on your books? Yes. My books are going to be digital in a very special way on the spinrack.io site. Spinrack is a company that Chuck Dixon and I are founders in. along with other people from other disciplines, film and tech. And we're going to be presenting eventually all of our books digitally, um, but they're going to be encoded so that they're very unique. It's really cool. And those will be going up live pretty soon. I'll make an announcement when it comes out. But before then, you can go to spinrack.io and sign up for the newsletter and to be, on top of things. Joseph Fazio says I disagree, Ronan. I'm waiting for all these effing creators to start linking uh, Fund My Comic instead of IGG. So Joseph is one of those that won't support IGG. Okay. And there's people that won't support other things. There's people. It's like Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, Burger King. It's like there's these dividing lines that some people won't cross, which is very, very odd. But be that as it may. Hyper Kaiju's binge watching Universal movies this afternoon. Nice. Yeah, we got a cold, damp, rainy day here. We'll be heading to church in a little bit. Then we're going to go grocery shopping, and then Julie and I are going to hunker down and watch like a lot of the classics that we love, like The Thing from Another World, The Crawling Eye. Who knows what we're going to watch. We're going to get a bunch of them in today. Oh, is it your birthday today, Marcus? Well, happy birthday, brother. Hey, Black Ice with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Before you go, do you review art from fans? I'd like to show you a work of my own. It's the main villain from my story. I want an artist opinion. Yeah, if you go to the Spin Rack Discord page, there's various sections there for pencilers, inkers, colorists. So you can post it right there, and I'll review it and comment on it. So it's the Spin Rack, SPINRACK Discord page. Good morning, Normie Nerd. Who's hosting? Pastmaster Dan wants to know. Who's hosting what? The Shinu launch? That would be me, because it's my channel. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we're talking about. Yeah, you want a link? I'll put it in there. There you go. Nope. There we go. There might have to be some HTTP // but you'll get the drift. All right, my friends. Tomorrow, Colossus the Forbin Project will be our show of the day. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. Watch lots of cool monster movies today. It's that kind of weather, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.